10. Essential tools every small business owner should use in 2026. Here is a truth that does not get enough attention. In 2026, small businesses are not losing because of bad ideas, weak products, or lack of ambition. They are losing because the owner is overloaded every single day. Too many tabs open, too many decisions waiting, too many tools doing half the job, and not enough clarity. That pressure builds slowly, and then suddenly everything feels heavy. This video exists to remove that weight. Not by motivating you, not by telling you to hustle harder, but by showing you the tools that actually reduce friction in real life. These are the tools that help you think clearer, move faster, and stay consistent when energy drops. If you are serious about building something that lasts into 2026 and beyond, this is not optional information. This is foundational. ChatGPT. This is the tool that quietly changed how work feels on a daily level. ChatGPT does not replace experience, intuition, or strategy, but it removes the invisible wall that stops people from starting. There are moments in business where the problem is not skill, it is mental resistance. Writing the first sentence, replying to a difficult email, turning a vague idea into something structured. This is where ChatGPT becomes powerful. The mistake people make is either expecting perfection or using it without intention. When you slow down and guide it properly, it becomes a thinking partner that helps you move forward instead of staying stuck. Notion. Notion is not just an app, it is a mirror. It shows you how organized or disorganized your thinking really is. When I first opened it, I tried to build the perfect system, and it completely backfired. Too many pages, too many templates, too much planning. The real power of Notion shows up when you let it stay messy at first. It becomes a place where ideas land safely instead of floating around your head at random hours. Notes, plans, content ideas, business thoughts, long-term goals. All in one place. The challenge is resisting the urge to constantly restructure instead of executing. QuickBooks. Money anxiety is one of the most common silent killers of small businesses. Even profitable businesses suffer when the owner does not understand what is actually happening financially. QuickBooks removes that fog. At first, opening it can feel uncomfortable, especially if numbers are not your strength. But discomfort fades quickly when clarity arrives. You stop guessing. You stop assuming. You start seeing patterns. Cash flow, expenses, income trends. That awareness changes how you make decisions. Spending becomes intentional. Pricing becomes strategic. Growth stops feeling risky and starts feeling calculated. When you understand your numbers, confidence increases naturally, and confidence is what allows you to move forward without constant second-guessing. Canva. Visual communication is no longer optional, and pretending it is will cost attention. Canva removes the friction between ideas and visuals. Before using it, many business owners either avoid design completely or overcomplicate it. Canva brings visuals into the workflow instead of making them a separate headache. The challenge is blending in. Templates are helpful, but personality is what makes people remember you. Over time, small adjustments create consistency. Fonts, colors, layouts that feel familiar. When your visuals look intentional, your business feels intentional. People trust what feels stable and consistent, even if they cannot explain why. Canva helps you reach that point faster without draining your energy. Google Workspace. This is the invisible engine behind most functioning businesses. Email, documents, calendars, storage, collaboration. Google Workspace handles all of it quietly. The problem is not the tool, it is how casually people use it. Files end up scattered. Emails become overwhelming. Calendars clash. Once you take time to organize folders, clean inbox habits, and use shared documents properly, everything flows better. Work becomes smoother. Communication becomes clearer. Mistakes decrease. It does not feel exciting, but it removes countless small frustrations that slowly drain focus. When the foundation is solid, everything built on top of it becomes easier to manage. Slack. Slack changes the way communication lives inside a business. Instead of important messages getting buried in email chains, Conversations stay visible and accessible. The risk is turning it into constant noise. Without structure, it can feel overwhelming. When used intentionally, it does the opposite. Conversations stay organized. Decisions are documented. Collaboration happens without endless meetings. For small teams, this kind of clarity saves time and prevents misalignment. It allows work to move forward without unnecessary interruptions, which becomes increasingly important as things grow. HubSpot. As soon as customers increase, memory stops. Being reliable. HubSpot exists to solve that problem before it becomes expensive. It keeps track of conversations, interactions, and follow-ups in one place. Some business owners avoid tools like this because they feel too complex or too corporate. That hesitation usually disappears after missing an important opportunity. The key is starting simple. You do not need every feature. Over time, HubSpot creates consistency in how customers experience your business. That consistency builds trust, especially when things get busy. When customers feel remembered, relationships last longer. Stripe payments are one of those things people only notice when something goes wrong. Stripe works because it rarely does. The experience feels smooth for customers and reliable for business owners. What often gets ignored is the data behind it. Payment behavior reveals patterns. Timing, pricing sensitivity, buying habits. When you pay attention, Stripe becomes more than a payment processor. It becomes feedback. That feedback can influence offers, pricing strategies, and even marketing decisions. Understanding how people pay tells you more than most surveys ever will. Zapier. Zapier works quietly in the background, and that is exactly its strength. It connects tools and removes repetitive tasks that slowly drain focus. At first, it can feel unnecessary or technical. Then you see something happen automatically and realize how much energy you were wasting before. The danger is overcomplicating automations. Simple workflows deliver the biggest wins. When tasks run without your involvement, mental space opens up. That space leads to better thinking, better planning, and better execution. Zapier does not make your business flashy. It makes it efficient. Asana turns effort into structure. Without it, work feels vague and progress feels hard to measure. With it, tasks have clarity and timelines make sense. The mistake is using it to control instead of align. When used properly, it gives everyone a clear view of what matters now and what can wait. That clarity reduces stress and prevents burnout. Progress becomes visible, which increases motivation naturally. When people know what they are working toward, momentum builds faster and lasts longer. If this video helped you see your business through a clearer lens, support it by liking and subscribing so this content reaches more people who need it. Share it with someone building quietly and feeling overwhelmed. Drop a comment about which tool you rely on most or which one you are ready to adopt next. Growth in 2026 is not about doing more work. It is about removing friction, building systems, and letting the right tools carry the weight so you can focus on what actually matters.